Hey you guys, what's up? So in this video, I'm gonna show you a great stretch and mobility drill you can do to increase your hip mobility, as well as stretch the inner thighs or the adductor muscles and part of your hamstrings, okay? So if getting deep into squats or deadlifts or proper hip hinging and hip movements are just a bit of a problem for you, this would be a great mobility drill to do outside of workouts, okay? So think of it like, if you have a hard time getting into the depth of the squat like this, it's gonna really help with that movement. The first thing we wanna do is you wanna find a wall and you wanna lay down and put your butt right up against the wall as best you can, okay? So you're gonna scoot to the wall here, starting at my side, and then I'm gonna swing my leg up so my butt is literally touching the wall, okay? You wanna be as close as you can, and then from here, I'm gonna keep my legs here and I'm gonna slowly just let gravity passively stretch my legs into the splits, okay? Now the reason why we wanna do this on the wall and not on the floor is because when you're doing it on the floor, you're going to be, I'm looking over this way, you're going to be actively stretching, which means you're producing the force to stretch. Now passive stretching is when an external force acts upon you and a relaxed muscle. So passive stretching is a great way to increase mobility over time using gravity or using somebody else and not your own force production, okay? So you can see I've been able to just sit here in this stretch relatively comfortably because gravity is the one that's pulling on me. So I can go ahead and like inch these down a little bit further if I want. And over time, if I do the deep breathing, big inhales through my gut, holding, and then big exhale, like that. Every time I exhale, I should be able to go further. So here's the progression. You'd be inhale, slowly move down, exhale. Stop where you're comfortable. Bring it back, inhale, go further, exhale. Okay, big inhale, big exhale, go further until you feel comfortable. And you could even go slower than that too, okay? That's gonna be a great way to stretch the inner thighs and adductors. Now, excuse me, if you want to also improve hip mobility for the squat, this will help, but I want you to also try this one. Bring your feet up, bring your feet flat to the wall, bending your knees, and then you're gonna slowly just walk your feet out, again, letting gravity stretch you to this position, okay? Then you can slowly go further. Bring your feet back closer to your butt, okay? Bring your heels closer to your butt, flexing your knees. You're basically trying to bring your feet this direction and also open your hips that direction, okay? So I'm gonna slowly open my hips wider. Now that's pretty close to the amount that I can get in this position, and some of you may not be able to get to here, and that's okay. But what that's gonna do is it's going to passively stretch your certain hip muscles and thigh muscles in a way where you're gonna be able to get deeper into your squats, and it'll also help with some hip hinging movements and things like that. Just generally all the mobility and dynamic movements you're gonna do with your hip. The reason why passive over active, so for example, if I'm here, gravity is passively stretching me a little bit, but I have muscles active that I'm working in this position. And a lot of you might not be able to get into this position, let alone maybe even get into a squat here. So it's a way that you can not activate a lot of muscles and let gravity passively stretch you into a deeper range of motion that you may not be able to get into unless you're doing that particular type of stretch. Also, you can sit here and do an active static stretch on the inner thighs and hamstrings and adductors like this, okay? But again, that's an active stretch. And so it's gonna have a little bit different effect than when you do passive, and passive will let you relax and go deeper, safer, okay? So I hope you guys found that video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about how that works. Great hip mobility drill, I do it all the time. Try that and let me know how it goes. Thanks guys, see ya.